Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. This is Sam Fidel speaking from my audio channel. In this channel, we discuss everything about audio, home audio equipments. And today, for those people who don't have any idea or good background about how to choose the right speaker for their audio system. I've been reviewing the blogs and internet, YouTube videos for a while, and I really didn't find any complete answer. They're pretty good videos, but I mean, we need here to speak to some people don't have any concept or background about electronics or sound dimensions. Or in this way, I'll try to simplify in this video. I'll try to simplify for you how to pick the right speaker for your audio system. First, we have to focus on the enclosure. The enclosure, what does it mean, enclosure? Enclosure is the box that the drivers mounted, and the circuitry and the connections, and box has many concept of design. Now, upon to your use and your audio system, you have to know at least the RMS. What does mean RMS for your amplifier? Is it music integrated, and how many channels, and how RMS your amplifier supplies to your speakers for each channel, left and right. On this point, after you already know this point, you are ready you are ready to choose the right speaker. And as we said, there are many types of enclosures. The enclosures is the box that they put the speakers in. The first one is the sealed box. Sealed box means the box doesn't have any vent. So when the driver receive power supply from the amplifier to make music, to vibrate and make music, the driver is just moving like an air pillow inside the box. There is no any vents for going air out or in. So it will just keep moving that pillow. Means you have a limit amount of vibration. If you exceed that amount or level of the vibration, you will have distortion. Distortion means you cannot enjoy the music. Shh, you will never enjoy it. So sealed box, it comes with one way or two way or three way. It depends on the engineering wise of the manufacturing, the company who manufacture the speaker. If you are from the people who play between 10% and 40% or 50% of your volume with a flat equalizer, sealed box is your speaker. Yes. Why? Because at that level of range, if we suggest your amplifier is medium, like 35 RMS per channel, you will get a very good music with that level and that specifications. What size driver? I suggest 10 inches is good. 10 inches for the low frequency. And if you are electronica or chill out or R&B or these music, you can go for two-way speakers, two-way, Twitter and driver, low, sealed box. Now, if you are from the live concerts and rock music and too many instruments, I suggest you go for three-way. So it will give more characteristics to the music and will be more transparent. This is we are talking now about the sealed box. The second type is the vented. There is front and backfiring vent speakers. What does this vent do to the box actually? It helps to release air, air pressure, and then suck air. And as you know, you can go higher than sealed box in the volume, but also there is a limit. When the driver starts moving hard, it will make like wind. When there is a storm, and you open the window for a little while, like small. You open the window like little. You open it little only. You will hear the whistle like that noise. Usually comes from the vents. Why? Because that's how it works. How to make whistle just to push the air through small hole. And that actually when the speaker driver moving hard and taking long travel, okay, it will suck and push the air inside the box and will keep pushing the air through that hole and making the whistle noise, which is disturbing and also considered as distortion. Now, you can find two-way speakers, two-way vented speakers. There is a front and there is rear vented speakers, depends on the design. And also there is one-way, two-way, three-way speakers, vented speakers. I prefer actually this type of speakers. The third one is the passive radiator. What does the passive radiator mean for people? Means you can play the music as high as you want. Why? Because the passive radiator is a real clone for your driver. A clone, it's a copy for your driver, size, materials, look, style, and even the position, okay? But doesn't supplied with signal and there is no magnetic. It's just fit there to absorb the moving mass of air. So when the real driver is working and vibrating that air, the air need to go somewhere because it's something pushing the air. So it will push the passive radiator and the rubber foam, surround rubber of the passive radiator will push it back. So it's like two balloons and there is inside it water, and you push the water here, it goes to the other balloon. You push the water here, it go back to the first balloon. That is the main idea, and this idea is really brilliant in engineering wise. Why? As a principle of mass and dynamic range, this box with passive radiator, and driver working, it will give you more dynamic range than you expected, because it will keep the same amount of air and also it will work on a higher or louder level of volume. So I think if you are from these people who like to play the high music loud, this is your choice. Now, the second point for who will choose speaker and doesn't have any idea about how to pick the right one. We already spoke about the style and enclosure and the configuration speakers. Now materials. Materials are really matter. First point of materials is the foam. The materials that made the foam from, like foam, like rubber, like paper cone, so many materials, and each one has resistance, flexibility. Now, you look at the rubber, it's harder than the foam, and the foam is harder than the paper. So means there is different characters for each foam, and each foam fitted on that driver for a purpose, as a, let's say, profile for that speaker. There's something called speaker or driver sensitivity. Sensitivity means how much that speaker will gives you decibel for 1 ohm, for 1 ampere. If you give 1 ampere to that speaker, how much the resistance and the coil will vibrate and give you consume in watt, and it will measured by decibel. So the numbers are usually from 70 to almost 100. It's difficult to find 199 dB. The more the number is bigger, the more the speaker is sensitive, which means it's better for the smaller amplifiers and consuming less power to accelerate, to make noise. If you go for speakers like if you have a 25 or 35 RMS amplifier and you want to buy speakers, don't go for the 87 or 85 or 84 dB. No, because you will never get a good noise and good sound stage in your amplifier with those speakers. Those speakers require a bigger amplifier and more power to give you a good sound stage. So if your amplifier is small, you go for a higher sensitivity drivers like 96, 97, 99. These speakers will fit perfectly and will give you a real sound stage from a small amplifier, and also doesn't need to be higher RMS. So this is the second point, how to choose the right speaker for your driver, for your audio system. Boxes, style of the boxes, there are 3 types. Materials, there are too many types: carbon fiber, copper, aluminum, paper cone, there's plastic, fiberglass, too many, the cone, and also the speaker sensitivity. Now there is a configurations. We don't want to exclude the engineering, the masterpiece of engineering, as I consider, like when you go to vintage JBL speakers and you look at the crossover mechanism and circuitry, that is really masterpiece of engineering, how they split the frequencies to different drivers and they mix it in a magic way. I really love that way. I really love that job. Now, if you are considered about your music style is live concert or rock music or any music with many instruments, I think you have to just read or make little research about crossovers, because it really matters. At this point, it really matters. Crossover, there is no limit for materials. See how many factors we calculate here: materials, range of speakers, drivers, materials of drivers, the materials of the foam, the depth and dimensions of the box, the speaker configuration, how many way, okay, materials of the box. These all matters. So you have so many factors just to create a speaker. When the engineers and the high profile brands, they start designing the speakers, they really build a high quality boxes with high quality crossover, and they also depends on the way how the speaker deliver the air from the vent, materials of speakers, the drivers. If you are considered about live music, you try JBL speakers. I know they are expensive, but I mean for transparency, like transparent, you really will have the pleasure of playing music. As if you look at crossover quality, and you look at the quality of the box, quality of the speakers, and sensitivity, they're all 5 stars. You can go with medium power amplifier to enjoy and have the pleasure in your room. So today, I think it's not easy anymore. It's not hard anymore to pick the right speaker. If you listen to this video, you have to consider about materials, you have to consider about the design, and you have to consider about the crossover of your speaker and the configuration, how many speaker, how many way this speaker distribute the sound. Thank you for watching video. If you like it, just subscribe and hit the like button. My name is Sam Fidel. Nice to meet you. Bye bye.